Okay, this is session number 2 with puppets. So tonight we're actually gonna pick up a few puppets and let you try them. So a couple of things to review from last week. Remember, when your hand goes in the puppet, you need to bend your wrist, right? Otherwise, the kids are just looking at the throat of the puppet, and you'll have to bend your wrist down so they can actually see the puppet. So bend your wrist. Remember, 4 fingers on the top, thumb on the bottom. Move the puppet to put a little bit of life into it, and remember the whole lip synchronization thing. So when you first go to pick out a puppet, we're going to have you do that in just a second. I want you to be careful about the way you treat the puppet. Um, Most of these puppets are fairly expensive. They're, anywhere from $60 to $150 a piece for puppets. So they're not something that you're going to want to treat like a toy, because it's an expensive thing. And also the way you carry them is going to be really important. You don't want to carry them around by their arm, because you'll notice that there's stitching, and this is not meant to be a handle, so you don't want to carry a puppet around by its arm or ears or even nose. These things can come off fairly easily, and also you don't want to carry them by their hair. So we just always say, pretend like you're carrying a baby. Put your hand under for some support on both ends, and just treat them respectfully. That'll help too when you go to put your hand into the puppet. If you're holding it appropriately, then you can just put your hand inside and everything is supported. So when you get your puppet, go ahead and pick it up carefully, and then you're going to slip your hand into the puppet and put your 4 fingers on top of the mouth here, and your thumb is going to go under. You'll probably feel a bit of a bump inside the roof of the inside the roof of the mouth. Your fingers kind of go over that. That gives you a little bit of something to grip. Make sure your fingers are in pretty far in. Pull the body down, straighten it all out. Make sure that the sleeves are covering the wrist. There's a little a Velcro there to attach a rod arm. We're going to do that next time. But go ahead and put your hand in and get it all situated with your wrist bent and slight movement. So I'm going to go ahead and pause right here and let you go and pick out a puppet. Come back to your seat, carefully put it on, and get ready for the next step. Okay, you've got your puppet all picked out, got him up next to you. Probably for this part of the lesson, we're going to allow you to go ahead and keep your puppet right beside you so you can actually see what's going on. When you're really doing a puppet, most times you're behind a stage, which means the stage is going to be just at the top of your head, and so your puppet will need to be way out of range for you. The belly button is going to be right at the height of the top of the stage, so you're probably going to be learning to work your puppets like this, way up over your head. We're going to practice that a lot because it takes some building up of some muscles. You wouldn't think that it's going to take muscle power to lift it, but it's going to. And so we're going to let you start out by having the puppet come down to your level and get ready to work. So now the first thing I want you to do is I want you to just move your puppet around just a little bit and make him look a little bit alive. Maybe he's curious to find out what's going on, like what's that camera in front of you. So you just move him around a little bit and try to make him look a little bit more lifelike. While you're doing that, I want you to get into pairs, and I want you to practice lip synchronization. Remember, that's choosing first a voice. That's my voice. And then count maybe to 10 or say the alphabet together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So go ahead and try that. Have a little conversation with your friends. Do the alphabet together, count together, but see if you can get a little bit of life into your puppet and do some lip synchronization. Okay? Try that. Okay, so really that's going to be the lesson for tonight, is really working on lip synchronization. So your leader is probably going to have you say a Bible verse together, maybe count to 10 or to 20, and practice movement and lip synchronization. I want you to get comfortable using your puppet. Another thing you can do at home is go back to the eyes that you used at home. The way that I started learning how to do lip synchronization, especially to an audio script, is I would take my eyes, puppet eyes, home, and I would talk along with like commercials on TV. And even though I didn't know what words were coming, I got used to moving the mouth in response to sounds, not necessarily words, right? So you just have to learn to make it move when you hear sounds. So if you can practice that at home and get used to just responding to sounds on a script, it'll make it so much easier when you start singing to you having your puppet sing to songs or follow along on a script. So practice, practice, practice. That's probably the most important thing. Okay? Thanks. See you next time.